let's dig deep and find out who invented the sweeper, because, well, Sonny benefited from it because he's got one of the best in the sport, and he is with us on this Tuesday morning. Hey, Sonny, thanks for the visit, man. What, are we catching in the middle of a workout, dropping off kids? What do we got?
Got the leg up, styling, you know.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I was driving, and then they told me before I got on, it's like, you need to pull over somewhere. And I was like, well, so I just found a driveway. I hope this person don't come outside and start yelling at me. So I got to drive. I'm on my way to work out right now. Wife took the kids to school, so I'm all good.
Well, he's going to think if he sees you that you just signed with the Mariners, because it looks like you're wearing Mariners gear right now. But as we know, that is not the case. Congratulations on your deal with the Cardinals, man. Walk us through the choice and tell us how you're feeling about your new arrangement.
I love it. I'm very excited about it. Just talking to some of the guys since yesterday and in yesterday, it's everyone said very easy place to live, very good place for families, and then everyone knows about St. Louis and the Cardinals and the culture and the organization and the winning tradition. All those things were very important to us throughout this process. So to kind of be able to have one place and to get all of that is something that it's a place that I don't know if targeted is the right word or whatever, but it's a place that we definitely had in the back of our minds when this thing started, and for it to come full circle and for it to actually work out on both sides is, I don't know if that happens too often, but it definitely happened in this situation.
Hey, Sonny, Harold here. Congratulations, man. Nice deal, by the way. That's some good coin right there you just made. That's beautiful. Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you, with this time of year, what are you doing for a workout? We're here, November, at the end of November, 1st of December. What are you doing for workouts?
Man, so a couple years ago, I was talking to a bunch of different people and guys who have been around, played through their low mid 30s and continue to just have success and continue to get better. And a common theme throughout was, just don't stop. Don't stop, because as you kind of get deeper into your career, the more time you take off, the longer it takes to kind of get yourself back into a spot. So I really listened. I wasn't just asking questions just to ask them. I was listening to these guys, and then when I look back, I'm like, everyone said the same thing. So I just kind of continued to move when the season was over. Continued to get some lifts in, and then continued to just move my arm, throw the plyo balls, weighted balls, kind of just continued to do that. So I'm in the process now of I picked up a baseball again probably 3 weeks ago. So now I'm just in the process of having that feel 3 times a week, playing catch. Working out now, it's more or less like of areas of my body that I've had issues with in the past. Right now it's just about gaining strength in those areas, checking in on those areas, make sure that everything feels good, but also pushing yourself a little bit. I enjoy.
I see you working the legs too. The leg is looking strong up there.
Yeah, it's strong back here. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my hips loosened up right now. So I'm just kind of getting my hips all loose. I guess my shorts are too short. I should probably.
No, work it, dude. Work it. Hey, Sonny, we were talking about this as we were getting ready to visit with you. The idea that we now call sliders different things, and yours is the one that has defined the modern sweeper. Did you embrace the title change of that pitch immediately? Do you refer to it as a sweeper, or do you say that's my bigger slider?
That's a good question. I don't know. I refer to it. I call it both, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's almost like the sweeper's kind of like working its way in there, where it's kind of in there. It's almost in there for good. I mean, it's kind of been like 2 or 3 years, and I'm like, man, first I was like, ain't that a slider? Or is it like, I guess I still call it like a slider, because mine still goes down. So like, I think a true sweeper has, it goes left, but then it doesn't have any vertical down to it, or it kind of stays right on that zero line. So mine still goes down. So I think of mine more as a slider, as kind of what I'm trying to do with the pitch, but it definitely goes left. I almost cussed. It definitely goes left a lot, but it also goes down. So I think of, like, when I'm using the pitch, I'm thinking of it the same way I would think of how to throw. Not throw, but where I'm trying to throw a slider, right? So I'm not trying to sweep it off the end of people's bats. I'm trying to throw it on the plate and down and get it underneath.
Getting that bite.
And that's a slider, right? Like, that's where you do with the slider. The best sliders are the ones they're almost essentially they're hard curveballs with no hump. They come out flat and then they miss the barrel down and underneath. It's also 85. So most sweepers are kind of like you said. Most sleepers kind of hover between like 78 and 81. But that's kind of where mine was last year, and I just didn't like the pitch. I didn't get enough miss with it. I was trying to miss left, and then it was like throwing it harder and having that downward action to it is a better pitch for me.
This is fascinating, man. I want to ask you a question too. All the way back to Oakland, the evolution of your breaking. I'll just call it a breaking ball, because you had the 12-6, you had the slide, you had everything working, and you've continued as you've evolved as a pitcher. So how do you, like, listening to you talk is fascinating, because clearly you've thrown a lot of bullpens and a lot of pitches trying to figure out what to do, even speeds that you've thrown it in. So. Right. Just the evolution of your breaking pitch. Can you touch on that for a second? I don't want to keep you all day long in this tutorial, but it's so deep.
I used to throw a curveball, and then when I was in Oakland, I threw a curveball, and that's what I've thrown forever. And that's still, something that's still my bread and butter. Get me in the zone, throw it in any count, kind of throw it for a strike, throw it underneath. And then when I was in Oakland, it was always this running joke with me and Stephen Vogt and Josh Fegley and everybody else. I wouldn't even tell them. I would sometimes cut my fastball, sometimes sink my fastball, and they would all get pissed off all the time. And I would be like, man, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. When I lifted my leg, I just felt like he was ready for the fastball, so I just threw a cutter. And they're like. So it kind of that's kind of how it started. So then I started taking that feel and then taking that little cutter and then turning it into a hard slider. And that was nice for a while. And then I did that for a while. And then once the TrackMan, all that stuff kind of came into it, people truly started understanding a little bit more of because I could always spin the ball. I was always really, really good at spinning the ball. But then it just became oh, this is all you have to do to make the ball go this way. So then, truthfully, once you understand that stuff and once you're able to do it, you can throw any pitch you want. Then it's just about, okay, what pitches do I want to throw? What's the best arsenal to create for me?
That's awesome hearing you talk about that, man. Hey, before we let you go and we run out of time with you, I want to do kind of a give and take and recommendations with you, because Harold and I and the rest of us, we're all going to Nashville next week for the winter meetings. We know you're no stranger to Nashville, so we would appreciate just a couple recommendations, dining, things to do, and then I have a recommendation for you for your new life in St. Louis. You go first. What should we do in Nashville?
If you're into the hot chicken, there's two places. Hattie B's is the most popular place. But then Prince's is the original hot chicken. Oh, so if those are staples. Those are very good. There's this little Italian place. It's on M Street. It's one of my favorites. M Street is a cool, trendy little area. It's kind of been there, not trendy, I guess. It's kind of was in Nashville before Nashville kind of blew up. Yeah. So it's been there for a little bit longer. I mean, if you want to go see a bunch of bachelorette parties and chicks in cowboy boots and short cut off jean shorts and all that stuff.
Not as short as your shorts, though.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm
Nah,
56.
yeah,
I'm
not this
56,
short.
and I can't go there to those places anymore. Neither
Oh,
can
yeah.
Harold. We're going to save ourselves
I
from all
mean,
that.
hey, I didn't say they were young women. Some of them are. Some of them, you got some all different types going out there doing this
Okay. All
thing.
right.
So,
All right. Those are good
then
recommendations.
then you go,
Hattie B's
then you
Princess.
go to Broadway.
Oh,
Okay,
shucks.
here's my
Sonny,
recommendation for you, and I'm going to do this. And Keith Costas, St. Louis native, is probably better at this, but because you're going to St. Louis, you're going to eat a ton of Ted Drew's frozen custard. You're going to eat a ton of toasted raviolis. My recommendation is to consider a statin and keep your eyes on your cholesterol for the next 3 years, because you're going to be doing some big eating in that town.
That sounds good. I like eating.
Hey, man, we appreciate the visit today. Congratulations on your new deal.
One last thing, Sonny. You brought up Stephen Voigt. I got to ask you, when you heard he was going to manage and he took over the Cleveland team, what was your thought?
It's not a shock. That's not a surprise whatsoever to me. I think Cleveland. I think Cleveland they stole that guy. First thought was like, obviously it was like, damn, he did it. And then second thought was like, not a shock. It's not a shock to anybody that knows him. He's gonna do great. He's gonna do amazing. So not a shock at all.
Can't wait to see what kind of lineup he puts out there against you if you get him this year. That's going to be a lot of fun for fans to watch, man. Hey, Sonny, thanks again for the visit. Congratulations on your deal. We're rooting for you, man, and we'll visit with you down the road.
All right, sweet guys.
Thanks for
you,
the time, Sonny.
Sonny Gray joining us on the stove on a Tuesday.